It's time for Everything Noob, your source for all things gaming.
And welcome. Once again, it's Everything Noob. It's episode 98. I am Vortak, streamer of video games, maker of the YouTube's videos. I am joined this evening by Miss Jemmy.
Gonna make a comeback on Thursday.
Yeah, you streaming again?
Yeah, Mojito tweeted me out and just shamed me publicly.
Good. Mr. Dreadlow?
Yep. I'm still working on that video.
He's working on his comeback.
And Mr.
Oh,
Drew.
man.
2 weeks in a row, you got me on this podcast. So, happy birthday. Merry Birthmas.
Merry Birthmas.
Merry
To who?
birthday to
Just you, of course. I'm gracing you with my presence on 2 consecutive podcasts.
This is your early birthday present to me, being on the show tonight?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
All right,
That's
great.
a really, I guess it's the podcast birthday almost.
Almost.
It is, yeah.
Almost,
You're almost
yeah.
at 100 episodes. So, congratulations. Merry Birthmas.
Hopefully you're there for episode 100. Couple of
Almost
weeks.
2 years. Almost 100.
We still have stuff to announce. Next week, we'll have all the announcements for episode 100, all the things we're going to do and all the things we have planned. So I hope to make it a big live event. I may even suggest that we do it earlier so more people can show up. But we'll talk all about that offline first, and then we'll announce everything officially. But let's get into tonight's theme for the podcast. And this week, we decided to go with a theme that kind of is a follow-up to last week's theme. The past few weeks, actually, we've had themes involving RPGs. We've talked about gaming clones, and more recently we talked about Minecraft and how it was bought by Microsoft. And it got us thinking, perhaps now that Microsoft owns Minecraft, many people are freaking out a little bit. Like, oh, I should find a new game because this is not working out. The plugin devs are gone. Microsoft loves to, bleed people dry for money, hand over fist. What games am I looking for? And that's kind of what tonight's show is about. There are tons and tons of upcoming sandbox RPGs that are starting out just like Minecraft did. And I haven't really played any of these. I know, Dreadlow, you've played a few of the ones we have on the list tonight. And we want to, kind of speculate which ones we feel like would be worth our dollar. And even if it's free, more importantly, worth our time investment. Because I know for me, I've spent countless hours on Minecraft. So, we got a nice, big, fat list here. And
Yes.
I brought Archage to the table, which just launched.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to mention it until you kind of showed me a little more about that. Because Arcade looks really cool. Arcade is more of an MMO, but they have a lot of crafting and building elements to it. And I think that in itself would make a pretty good sandbox, just feel kind of game. And what I really like about it is it's free to play. And then obviously there's a premium membership.
I think a lot of the sandboxy elements, though, are part of the premium package.
Yeah.
But you can share permissions for your farms and houses and stuff with friends who may not have a premium account. And so you can go halvesies on one premium account and spread
that's
the
a good
cost
way to
or
do
something.
it. You could go halvesies with like a friend, and you and your friend could design the house, but save your friend a couple bucks. Maybe switch every month. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. I think that's pretty cool. Before we get too far into the theme, though, there's something I wanted to mention at the top of the show. I've talked about it a few times, but this week we've implemented it in full force. I'm really proud to announce that you can now leave a voicemail. You can send us a voicemail, and you don't have to do anything but have a microphone hooked to your computer. You don't need to use a phone if you don't want to. All you have to do, go to everythingnoob.com, and at the side of the page is a widget, and you can click that, and then all you got to do is hit start recording, and you can leave us a voicemail up to 90 seconds in length. And it can be a question you have for us. It can be a topic for discussion, and you can also use the contact us page if you're there and you're like, their voicemail box is full. Maybe I'll just use the phone still. All that stuff's right there. So you can leave us a text on the feedback form. You can leave us a voicemail, and you can leave us a recorded message with your computer's microphone. So.
And here's the interesting thing. That you can access this mobile too on your mobile device, because I've already went to the website and I saw that there and I clicked it, and it was I can actually use it with my iPhone. So
that's awesome. There you
So
go.
it works.
So that is really cool. So you don't need a phone. Phone optional. That's what we're saying. Because you had a phone number before
We still
to
have it.
leave voicemail. Okay,
Yeah,
you
we
still
still
have it,
have
but
it.
screw that because this is better.
Yeah, but I mean, if you just got Wi-Fi, like you got an iPad or a tablet or something like that with a microphone, you could just click on the website and be able to leave a comment via iPad.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you have a landline for some strange reason, you can always use the phone number as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Lots of
they
different
have a
ways.
cell phone on the go.
Or use
Yeah,
a
that's true.
walkie-talkie. Whatever. No, just kidding.
Well, my thought process is that if
Get
you
us on
don't-
ham radio.
if
Yeah.
for some reason you don't have a
Breaker,
microphone, if you don't have a microphone hooked to your computer, my thought process is that you could use the phone number to leave a message because everyone seems to have a phone. They're easy enough to come by, right? You can use a landline, you can use a cell phone. But if you're using a cell phone to go to the website on mobile, that's even better. That has a microphone built in. So there you go. An iPod even. I mean, whatever you
Yeah.
have that has a microphone. If you can visit the site on mobile and you have a mic built into your device, you can leave a message for the show. And if it is relevant, we'll play it on the show.
Yep.
If not, we'll at least
We'll
acknowledge
just throw it away. No, I'm just kidding.
Throw it away.
No, we'll usually keep it. Yeah, like you said, keep it for.
So, the game that got me thinking about this topic a lot, and it just kind of dropped. It went to early access on Steam, and already a few of my friends on YouTube have been playing it, so I've been watching videos on it. It's called Life is Feudal. And this one is a lot like Worm Online, which we've talked about in the past a lot. I remember for a
Right.
lot of shows we talked about Worm Online. And
Yeah.
this is like Worm Online done right. It's really, really good.
So what exactly does it entail for those of us not familiar
Not
with Worm
in the
Online?
loop. Yeah.
Well, basically, Life is Feudal. You start out with it's sandbox world. The world's generated for you, and you go in, and it's kind of the basic like, okay, I need to gather my first caveman-like resources to build tools and things like that, and then you just progress through that, that way. But what's unique about this game is that it's a little bit slower. You can't just go in and craft a crafting bench like in Minecraft, like in 2 seconds. You have to go through that process, which is like Worm Online. It was really slow.
Almost like real time, kind of like as if how long will it take you to make an axe in real time? Well, obviously you can't do it. It would take like hours, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, they've condensed it down enough to where it makes a little bit more sense, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Like each item has a different length of time to craft. We're talking about Worm Online right now,
Oh, okay.
because I think this one all the crafting is the same no matter what.
All right.
But I don't know if they're going to implement a change in that. From my understanding, when you craft an axe or you craft a door, it's going to take the same amount of time.
Okay.
Worm Online
Okay.
took too long. That was the
Yeah, it
problem
did.
with
It
Worm
was just
Online.
it was crazy.
But
That's what got me bored of it.
anyway, what I really like about it is the skills, because it's designed so that you're not doing everything yourself. You have one guy who's going to be your miner, and then obviously it's multiplayer, and then your other guy is going to go cut trees. They're going to get better at that skill, and it's going to benefit them to be good at one or two skills rather than do it all themselves.
Yeah, because
See,
there's a skill cap.
Right. I like that idea, and I like the idea of that sort of open world gameplay that's also cooperative. I've always been more of a co-op guy than a one-on-one like PvP competitive person. So yeah, I think that's great. I think that's like a lot of those other games where everyone has a role, whether it's on a starship or wherever, everyone has a role to play, and you can't do it without everybody. So I actually think that in a way almost sounds better than Minecraft, because you can put all of your energy into one skill or doing one thing and see the fruits of that.
But a lot of new style games are everybody's an island, make everybody an island so they don't have to depend on anyone else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something to be said for you can go on these like Minecraft creative modes and see like scale models of the Starship Enterprise and stuff, and just one guy did all that, and it's insane. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's value to all paths.
Yeah, it has a single player you can play, and I mean, as I understand, it's manageable to play single player as well. But it's recommended you make a server, just like Minecraft. You make your own server, and you go ahead and get some friends on there, And there's a lot of unique things. A lot of it encourages you to kind of pick a side. You can be good or evil, and that has its risk and reward.
Yeah.
If you're evil.
Can I bump in for the chat here? They're wanting to know how long this has been in development.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm right now. I'm looking that
Oh,
up.
okay.
Because I know it just dropped on Steam Early Access.
Okay, so it couldn't have been too long.
No.
Yeah, probably not too long.
I'll look at that. You guys continue if you like.
Yeah, I was just going to say that one of that you had kind of hinted on one of the features that I really like, that I think that if other games could really learn from, is the alignment system, where if you go on a server, I know I have in many other games where I've gone on a server and just got ganked all the time. Just I couldn't even do anything because people would just team up on me and kill me for no reason. Where they got the alignment system where you actually you're kind of punished for just those stupid kills that you make. Or
Are
if
they
you
really stupid if they feel satisfying?
you can change your alignment,
Just
based
saying.
on that. And I guess the further you go in the negative, then there's bonuses for being in that on the evil side. There are some bonuses, but there's also some negatives of being an evil side too. So you lose the speed at which you gain skills, but you might gain something else, in return. But at the same time, if you're being good, you're positive, you got a good alignment, then your skills are going to increase much faster. And so it's a give and take system. I like that, and I think if a lot of games had that, we wouldn't have this problem with a bunch of losers who just want to go on there and as soon as you spawn, kill you for no reason.
Yeah.
It's no fun. Just isn't.
It's true. Yeah, it's nice to have some form of consequence to your actions, and I think that some kind of karma system really does that, and that's why I really like it. All the way back, and I was talking about this when I was live streaming with Vortec the other day. The first time, I think one of the first times I ever saw a karma system like that was in an old PC game called Black and White, and you played as this god. You were this deity that had to gain followers, villagers on a map, on this vast map, and you could do all these things like miracles or disasters, or you could give them food, or you could take food away, and that would shape what kind of god you were. And so that was like in the purest form, like good or evil, and here are the repercussions of that. And then I feel like from there, I think I was probably in junior high or early high school when that came out, and I feel like from there we've had a lot of great advances in that. Mass Effect and Fallout and a lot of games have really fine-tuned that system a lot. So yeah, I'm all for the karma system, because you learn a lot about yourself as well when you're playing those games. You're like, oh man, I could be evil and it might be really cool or really funny, but I'd feel really bad.
No.
So I'll start another gaming profile and do all the other things.
The morale for me comes in when I'm hurting a player and screwing up their day. How mean can I be? With an NPC karma does nothing for me compared to a real player. Like, oh my god, that guy worked hours on that. And sometimes it just makes you feel good that you screwed them over if they deserved it. Other times it's like, I didn't need to do that. That was messed up.
So you're just a little bit of a sociopath, is what you're saying.
Just a little. I found the earliest tech blog from Life is Feudal. I'm actually pretty surprised.
What's the copyright on the webpage as well? That'll help nail down the year.
That should be like the bottom, right?
Yeah, that'll be down.
2011.
2011.
2000.
Yeah.
Okay.
7/16/2011 was their first tech blog. Second tech demo released. That's the title of it. So they were in development even before then, but 2011 is when this is started. But we finally just got early access.
I think people who really liked Worm Online but really thought it to be somewhat boring after a while, because I know that I could go back to it and then leave it and then come back to it and leave it, because I would get so bored and it would take so long to do things. I think they would really like this game, and this is just part of it, because they're going to have an MMO version as well.
Wow.
My biggest problem with Worm was the UI, and it was incredibly not very friendly to run on your system.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It
looked like
System Hog.
Yeah.
When
It was
shouldn't have
made
been.
by Notch. It was partially made by Notch, so it was in Java. So that's probably the only reason why.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
So-
a UI for a game should not take up more, processing power than the game itself.
It was just all text. It was very ugly. I mean, it made it really overwhelming. The skills in I always compared it to RuneScape because it took equally as long to do anything in RuneScape as Worm Online, maybe even longer in Worm Online. And RuneScape did it right because each skill had a little picture and a number next to it, and it looked nice. So, okay, my level is 1. I want to get to 99, and when you leveled up, there was a prompt saying, "Congratulations, you've hit level 2." And little fireworks when you hit every milestone, and it made you feel good about leveling. Where Worm Online, you just kind of go through it, and there was no fanfare at all.
Oh, that sucks.
So you need that
now
instant
reached
Beautiful,
level
it's a
gratification.
4.
beautiful game. If they were to take Worm Online and simplify it and make it to where the crafting and the building and the terraforming especially didn't take that long, oh my gosh, it's a beautiful game. It's fun. It's fun to be on the servers and stuff to play it. But
Personally, I
takes
would
too
play
long.
it, even if it took forever. It's just the UI was very cumbersome to get
Yeah.
through. And then the game, for some reason, my computer, 5 frames per second.
Ugh.
yeah,
So,
so this
it's
game will be a
impossible to play.
definite alternative for those that want a better UI because this is awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more PvP oriented too. When you look at how the bigger servers play, everyone in your maybe guild, clan, whatever you want to call it, is going to have a role, and they're all going to work together to build an army, and go fight other people, and it's an open world, but you have those kind of things driving you to keep going. So I like that. I mean, you could do that with a
Yeah.
Minecraft server, but anyone can do anything in Minecraft very easily. Whereas you have the skill caps and limitations, so you can't just go, ape.
So
Yeah.
the question then is, in Life is Feudal, can you spec into different skill sets and level up those skills in a reasonable amount of time, or is it going to suffer from the same thing as Worm did, where everything just took forever?
You know what? It depends on the server. The person who's running the server, they can actually manipulate those stats. They can cap
Oh.
out the skills. They can make crafting faster or slower depending on how they want to do it.
Okay.
Because this is Life is Feudal Your Own, which is basically the single player or a smaller scale multiplayer version of what they're coming out with sooner or later, which is their Life is Feudal MMO, which is supposed to be massive. So it's going to be more like
Okay.
Worm Online in that sense. But this one here is just I think the maximum players they can have on a server is 64. So
Okay.
it's smaller server. But yeah, the server person can I've watched a video where the guy was just adjusting all their little sliders, and he adjusted everything. He capped out his skills. He lowered the speed at which it took to craft items and so forth
Okay.
and so on. So yeah. It just
Nice.
depends on the
Okay.
person running it.
So, I mean, that kind of
Or hosting
customization is
it.
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that you can customize to that extent is pretty neat. So,
Yeah.
there's something to be said for that.
It's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Unfortunately, right now, I don't want to buy it because it's $40.
It's
It's-
$40.
Ooh,
I was
for
looking
early
at it,
access.
I'm kind of interested in it, but I don't know if I'm willing to pay $40 for early access.
No.
Now that I know
No.
that they've been in
No.
development since 2011, I can kind of see why they feel it's a fair price. And it's not to say the game isn't worth $40, but you're calling it early access. You've been working on it for all these years now. I would kind of expect you don't call it early access. I mean, if you want to charge what I would consider to be the full price, give us the full game. You
Yeah.
need money for support. You need to encourage people to buy right now, and that's a little bit steep for me. Right, I still want to get it, and that might not stop me because it does look really good. But
I'm waiting
Not
for a
right
Steam
now.
sale. I'm waiting for a
Honestly, if it was
50% or
released, I'd take it.
75% Steam sale.
how much, Jimmy?
If it
What's
was
that?
released, I'd pay $40. But when you say early access, I don't want to buy it because it's kind of like
No.
$40 for early access. You may never finish it.
Yeah,
I feel like a low to mid level, some kind of crowdfunding donation should get you early access. Rather than paying the price of a full game. Why don't they start a crowdfunding campaign, and do it that way?
yeah. There's a lot of games that are doing that successfully.
Maybe they
Yeah.
tried and they couldn't get enough buzz. Of course, they got Steam green-lighted, so they had to have gotten some buzz.
It's
That's
getting
true.
buzz now because it ended up on the front page of Steam recently.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. So I'm sure they just saw a nice influx of some monies there, which is great. But just for the stage it's in right now, I'm kind of waiting until I feel like it's a little more complete. That's all. But it does look really polished for early access, which is good. I mean,
I was going to say, yeah, it looks really pretty.
And if I get really anxious, I might still buy it. Because what's the difference between paying $40 now and $40 later? And the only difference I can think of is if
Complete game.
they don't finish
Right.
it. If they don't finish the game ever, then I've spent $40 on a complete game.
Right.
But if I know that if I'm guaranteed they're going to finish this game, then I'm okay with paying $40 now. But because of all the, just like the Yog Ventures, we talked about that recently, how they got tons, they got tons of funding, huge backing, huge instant fan base, and they scrapped it.
Sorry, guys. Just kidding.
So,
They did give out things in place, but
well, they gave out Tug. That was one thing, and that's one of the games on our list here.
And I never received a key for that. But however, they kept announcing new things. Like they gave me Landmark. They gave me a key to Landmark, so I got the standard pack. So I'm able to go on Landmark beta. So
Nice.
that was cool because that's like that's $30, I think, for that.
Yeah.
And then they said that's not all, guys. Just hold on,
Just
we're
wait.
sending more. Yeah, just wait, we're sending more. So we'll see what happens. I'll see what happens. I never got the Tug key. I don't know what happened, but and I never pursued it because I already have it.
Yeah.
I already had it. I bought it off of Steam. So, but it was really nice of them to give me Landmark because I really wanted to try that.
Tug,
It turned out pretty good.
Tug seems to be going after a little more of a Minecraft feel when I look at Tug, which isn't a bad thing. I know that in
Right.
one of their development videos, they said they don't want to stick with voxels, but voxels make it really easy to build and stuff. It makes it easy for coding and stuff like that. But right now, if you look at Tug, they're making some progress. The last video I saw didn't really impress me, but I'm seeing some more here, and it's looking better and better as development goes on. I think my favorite thing about Tug, from what I have seen, is that you can put down a crafting bench, and then when you want to craft the item, you just throw crap at it. And you just literally just put items on the crafting bench. And
On
then,
the table as well, yeah.
and then that's how the item gets crafted. Not like go into a menu and select it. You literally take items and throw it at the crafting bench.
I kind of like
That's
that
actually-
system better.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good way to keep it fast-paced if the crafting itself actually consumes time, because you're not going through your inventory and sifting through all your stuff. You're just like boom, 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 done. All right, on to the next thing, and I'll come back to that later. I think that's fantastic, actually, because that's one of my biggest worries when I'm streaming Minecraft is suddenly I'll get really caught up on the game, and then I'll realize all of a sudden again that I'm streaming and be like, damn it, I've been sitting here in menus for 5 minutes. Jeez, this is
Yeah.
boring.
This
No, I every time, it's funny you say that. Every time I look on Twitch for a Minecraft stream, most of the thumbnails, because the thumbnail just captures like that point in time that you started looking, most of the thumbnails are people looking through their inventory or the crafting menu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Most of
which
them.
means you spend too much time there. It's
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
too cumbersome.
So that's frustrating, especially when you're like me and you're trying to gain a following with compelling content. Derping around in menus is not compelling content.
Yeah,
So-
you can also, the basic crafting, just the basic stuff like making a wooden axe or whatever you have to build in Tug, what you do is you just throw it on the ground. You throw it on the ground and a little crafting button comes up and you can craft yourself an axe or whatever. But like he said, you get a crafting table to allow you to craft much more advanced stuff.
Yeah,
That's
and
pretty
that's
cool,
cool
though.
too.
So
That's
like
really
a wheel.
cool too.
Yeah, like a wheel or something. Yeah.
I mean,
I
it
don't know
was
if
Caveman Simulator, so.
Yeah, I don't know if that's I haven't played it since the
No,
back-
I was watching the video. They said it's not a Caveman Simulator anymore, so
Yeah, exactly.
it's just like crafting the wheel.
That's the ultimate achievement.
Exactly.
Yeah, because when
You
I
win.
played it, it was just running around. You couldn't really do it. You could craft a couple things, but you really couldn't do anything. You couldn't build anything. All you could do is craft the basic tools, and just run around. There wasn't even any creatures in it yet, so I don't know.
He's
yeah,
thinking of it.
weird.
Speaking of that running around thing, tell me about that game you were telling about earlier. Tell everyone about that for PlayStation.
Oh my god. Okay, so I have a PlayStation Plus membership, meaning that every month I get 2 free games. And one is usually an A-list game that's been out for a while, so it's no big deal. It's no big loss offering it up for free. And one is usually an indie game. And in the past, there have been some pretty good indie games, like Runner, the Adventures of Rhythm Alien. If you know that game, if you're listening, it's a fun game. It's a really fun game, but it's an indie title. Last month, or maybe it was the month before, they had a really great A-list title, Dead Space 2, which was great because I haven't played Dead Space 2.
Awesome.
No, it was Dead Space 3. Sorry. That was the problem, is I haven't played Dead Space 2. But it was Dead Space 3 for free on PS Plus. And then the indie title was this game called Proteus. And
I've heard of this.
yeah, imagine Minecraft in that you're dropped into a randomly generated sort of 8-bit world, but take away all of the crafting and building elements of it. Literally all you do is walk around. You walk around and explore, and the graphics aren't even as good as Minecraft because they scaled everything back to the point where it's still all pixelated, but everything's just 2-dimensional.
I think I remember this game.
You just get the impression that when you walk by a tree, it's just constantly facing you, and it only has one layer.
Yeah.
And there's the one major puzzle to it. Spoiler alert: is you walk by all these little totems all over the island, and they kind of vibrate and go dung, and if you walk by enough of those, then when it becomes nighttime, you just go, you follow the light particles to where they're traveling, and you stand in the middle of them when you find them, and it time warps you to the next season. So the leaves change and the weather changes, and then you just keep freaking walking around. And but you can take pictures and share them with other Proteus players, all 2 of them.
This has won so many awards. I can't believe this. Winner of Best Audio. Okay. Finalist in the Nuovo Award. Most Amazing Game. That was from Amaze 2012. And then official selection of Lunarcade in 2011. I guess a couple years back, people really loved this game.
Man, they really captured them tweeting birds.
Oh man,
I think it's more like a digital art simulator, but
it
even
really
then,
is.
it's not even that great of graphics. If it was better graphics, it would be nice.
Right, exactly.
It's stylized.
It's definitely more of a stylized art piece. It's not a game. It's just not. It doesn't. I feel like it doesn't meet the basic criteria of a game. And I found all these reviews because I had my buddy up from Denver, and we were both. Not even I can't even say playing it. We were both experiencing Proteus, and he was just like, "This is ridiculous." So we both started looking up reviews, and it's really split. There's no middle ground. There's people that are like, "This is dumb. This is worthless. This is completely dimensionless, both visually and everything else. And why would you even pick this up?" There's other people that were like, "No. It's just really great to it's so refreshing to have a game where you just there's no rules and there's no objective and there's no pressure, man. There's no pressure." I was like,
and then there's
that's exactly. Like, hold on a sec, give me 2 seconds, let me see if I agree with you. Oh, I totally know what you mean. Yeah.
I see it now.
I see it at my world, my mind has been open to Proteus.
Feel the colors.
Yeah. Once you can
man.
just feel the colors. It's so ridiculous.
Oh my god.
You don't have to see more than a screenshot. You don't even have to burden yourself with watching video of it. Just a screenshot or two, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And the little things come along where you think it's relevant. Like, there are rabbits that hop around in the game, but every so often at night there'll be a sparkly, like, twilighty rabbit that'll hop around. And you keep thinking, oh, if I follow the white rabbit, if I follow this rabbit, it'll lead me to something. Nope. Eventually it just jumps out into the ocean. It's like, wow.
Follow suicidal sparkly rabbits into the ocean.
Well, and that's the thing. You can't die. You just swim out into the ocean. And it's just, ugh. And then you hold down circle and it closes the screen like you close your eyes, like you're falling asleep, and that's how you go back to the main menu.
Jake in chat really likes this game, and he's mad.
Jake,
Oh.
you need to lay off the chronic, my
But you
friend.
know what? Like, if you really needed like a meditation moment, I could see like the usefulness in that. But yeah, I kind of agree. This doesn't meet the basic criteria of a game.
Yeah, for me, there's a limit. Like for me, a really artfully done, great game that is very calm and meditative is a game like Flower. If you've ever played Flower, where you start as one flower petal blowing in the wind, and you kind of blow through these endless beautiful fields, and you blow by other flowers, and it sort of builds up the gust of wind and builds up the trail of flower petals, and the idea is that you're like restoring life to these barren, dead parts of this field. And that kind of stuff, yeah, it seems silly, but it's actually very engaging. But
You're
something like,
interacting with it, you know?
yeah, you're interacting with it, and there's an objective. There's an objective. It's not just walking around.
But you could get to the next season. That's the objective.
Oh my god, I gotta see what winter's like. Hold on. I don't want to go to bed yet.
Oh my god. Well,
I'm sorry. 0 out of 10. It was ridiculous. And I'm sorry, Jake. I'm really sorry, and I love you, and thank you so much for watching. But we have to agree to disagree on this one.
it's like screw you guys too.
You gave it 0 out of 10 when it was free.
When it was free, I uninstalled it. I was just like, nope. You're
That
just
is
taking
harsh.
up. You're taking up space on my hard drive.
These are valuable megabytes I'm wasting on you, Proteus.
These are kilobytes and kilobytes that I'm just wasting on this game. So.
Oh my. Let's get into our indie spotlight. Something that I actually think people will like to play. I just got this game in my inbox today, and I played it. I played it a whole crap ton. I want to tell you about Autocraft. That's our indie spotlight this week. We haven't done one of these in a little bit, but this is worth mentioning. Autocraft is not what you think it is, just because there's craft in the title. It's a physics-based puzzle game, and right now it's an early access on Steam for $9.99 and currently on Windows only. Another early access game to get your hands on. We'll have the link to buy it in the show notes here, so be sure to check this out. The features include build challenges, and there's a sandbox world. But in build mode, in the build challenges, you get to engineer and create these complex machines, and then you can drive them across the map, and you got to reach the goals at the end of the map. And then each map has like challenges, so it's a puzzle. First, you build the vehicle, and if you do a poor job, the vehicle's going to crash and break into a million bits, and you have to try again. And
Kind
then
of like Kerbal Spacecraft?
a little bit, but actually playable and simple. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. What's up, Jemmy?
Did you ever watch the show Junkyard Wars?
No.
A lot of times,
Oh, I
like, the
remember that show.
objective was to make some kind of vehicle that would, like, go through the objective or whatever, so they were allowed to go through this, like, trash heap, and they'd be pulling engines and stuff out of these broke-down vehicles and, like, grabbing inner tubes and making hovercrafts and stuff. This is kind of what it sounds like. It's like, you just have to make it across the lake, which, it's not a very large distance, but, like, all you have to make it is trash.
Right. Exactly.
I've played games similar to this, but I really like this dynamic. Because not only can you make a car, but there's also levels that require you to make a spaceship or an airplane or a hot air balloon. You need to be, it gives you the option to be creative later on because each puzzle gets more and more challenging and teaches you more about the game. But not only that, once you can get to the goal easy enough, but then you want to go back, try to collect all the stars on your way to the goal, and then complete it in the time frame it sets. Okay, complete this in 4 seconds or less. And, you get this star, and so it really drives you to keep replaying and replaying. Currently, there's 21 of those puzzles, and then you can, after you tutorialize yourself in there, you can go in sandbox mode and just create these badass machines with all the elements they give you, and just fly around and drive around the landscape they give you there. But right now, because it's an early access, they're kind of experimenting. They're not sure which direction they want to go, and they're actually looking for player input. So if you get the game, be sure to send the developer a tweet and say, hey, love the game, I think you should do this, or I'd like the game more if you did that. And they're kind of, that's what they're looking for right now. They're hoping that early access kind of opens the door to, help them grow the game even more. But for $10, I think it's going to be something pretty cool. If anything but a puzzle game, I'd still play it. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a video coming out on everythingnoob.com and my YouTube channel here on Wednesday. so you can get a little more in-depth look at it.
Nice.
Yeah, that is our indie spotlight this week.
Sounds cool.
It is. It's worth the money for sure. Even just the 21 puzzles alone. Like if they never do anything else, I'll still have felt like the $10 was well spent. I just really I like puzzle games like that where you have to, it's all up to you. It's not like okay, it's not like Portal puzzles, where there's only a couple ways you can really solve it. It's puzzles that require you to be kind of an engineer a little bit.
Yeah. It's like figure out how to do this. Here's what you have to work with, and there's lots of ways to go about it.
Yeah, I really like physics games. I think that's just my thing. I really enjoy games that take physics as an element to solving the puzzle.
That's true.
So
I played a game one time off. I got the demo off of Steam, and then my computer couldn't run it because it's old as hell. It was a lot like Portal, except it was, and you guys probably will know what it was called, but it was you had a gun that could change the dimension that you were working in, so you could like switch to the fluffy dimension, and all of a sudden these big steel blocks would be
Quantum Conundrum.
Yeah, Quantum
that's
Conundrum.
The one.
That was a ton of fun. I just couldn't even get through the demo because my computer couldn't handle it. But yeah, stuff like that where you have like some kind of really special element to work with, and you can't. You gotta use everything at your disposal to get at the goal. I think that's really cool too.
Yeah.
So,
and that was kind of the same thing. Not as many physics puzzles in Quantum Conundrum, but definitely you had to use your mind a little in a different way. And I think the developer of Portal was involved in Quantum Conundrum.
That's why I bought that game.
Wow.
And I really should get on beating that. I just beat Octodad Deadliest Catch the other night.
Octodad.
I bought that on the last Steam sale, and I'm like, I'm going to just save that for a day. And I did it.
I keep seeing screenshots of that and small video clips of that. And it just looks so tweaked and weird, but I'm still a little bit, intrigued.
The first
I love
game
watching
is
streams.
free.
The first game's free?
The first game's free. Deadliest Catch is like the sequel. It is hilarious because the game is mostly about frustrating controls because basically your mouse pretty much will do everything, and like you have the right mouse click will be the one foot of the octopus and the left mouse click will be in the other when you're in walk mode, so you have to like move your mouse around and to like physically like step your legs stuff. It's so like lolzy. Because then you're like trying to climb ladders and stuff, and it's just like, oh my god, this is way too hard.
Where do you get Octodad for free?
From the website, the first game was free.
Okay,
I was looking on Steam.
No, I don't. The first game is not on Steam. But Octodad on the website should be free, like the first game.
Nice. I'll have to check that out because I wanted to play it, but it's just another one of those games they'll have to add to the pile of shame, which is just ever growing. And now that's part of the reason I wanted to have this discussion tonight, because I want to play all of these games. For a time or another, I want to play Life is Feudal and Tug and just all the ones we have listed here. But I know that they're all kind of an investment, free or not. So that's kind of the speculation tonight. Is I don't know which one I want to spend my money on, and I don't know which one I want to spend time convincing my friends to play with me, because that's another part of it too.
Well, Planet Explorers is pretty cool. I mean, it's got all those elements and also has NPCs that you can interact with and purchase items from, and there's a storyline. So it's like everything that Minecraft has and more. And it's more realistic, you know what I mean? Not realistic, but like it's not voxelated, you know?
That's actually one of the first ones I've seen in recent times that didn't resort to voxels in some way.
Yeah, you can dig tunnels through, hills and mountains, so you can terraform. So there's terraforming in the game. There's jetpacks, there's cars and vehicles, there's actual ships that you can fly, and you can build anything. You can make a block. If you can make a block fly, you can use a block to fly around in if you wanted to. So it's because it's got this incredible building mechanism in it. So yeah,
nice.
that's a good one too.
That's awesome.
Planet Explorers, I've seen a few videos on that, and that one's kind of piqued my interest too. I feel like Jemmy's gonna say something.
No, I was just thinking of Star Citizen, but like everybody knows about Star Citizen. Like that's huge, and we don't really need to talk about that.
Yeah, we've talked about that a few times. That's just another one that is gonna be. I know when that comes out, it's gonna be consuming a lot of my life. So that's another reason I'm skeptical about getting into games like Arcade, which, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, is kind of an MMO, but they're, if you decide to opt for the premium membership, you get to craft, you get to build, and what I really like, one thing they mentioned in their FAQ here in their description, they said that you can basically, what was it? Oh yeah, the builds are not instanced, which means you don't, like in RuneScape, if you ever played that, when you get a home, you go into your own home instance, like your own world, so people can't just walk by your house and say, hey, Vortek, what you doing? You'd have to go and enter the name of the person you want to visit in the portal, and then you portal to their house. This game kind of did what Ultima Online did, where the houses are in like an area, and people can actually walk up to them and visit houses just by this open world aspect.
Yeah.
If I'm to understand the non-instanced homes, maybe I'm misinterpreting.
Yeah, no, you can pretty much just, in designated areas that are okay for building, you can just plop your house down anywhere and your farm.
Yeah.
See, I like the idea like in Minecraft where you just go anywhere and build. You know what I mean?
That's the
but unfortunately,
Minecraft set.
It's hard to do that though in an MMO because what's going to happen is everybody's going to just build in one area and you're going to have this massive ugliness going on.
I feel like
but of course.
What?
I was going to say the building aspect in a lot of MMOs aren't actually building like in Minecraft. They're more like already prefab structures that you put down.
Yeah.
So I guess they can't really make anything ugly.
I was going to say with The Sims 4, I think that's why a lot of people are so irked that there's no open world free roam like in The Sims 3. But I think Minecraft kind of set the bar really high where everything's so open and free. And when you have a game that puts any sort of limitation on that, people nowadays are like, what gives?
Oh, yeah,
everyone else is
true.
doing it this way, and even you guys did it this way. Why did you go back?
Right. I kind of think they dodged a bullet there because if they had done any sort of open world, people just would have wanted more. Well, why can I only go to these couple buildings? Why can I only go to, why do I have to stay within this town? Screw you guys. Everyone else does more than that. Well, then just won't do it at all. We'll focus on a better, more localized mechanic. I don't fault them for that at all.
I don't fault them. After playing the game and seeing how much better they did with the actual game mechanics, I don't fault them at all.
You know what? With The Sims, I really didn't like going out anywhere anyway. I just wanted to stay at home and focus on my sim.
Yeah, after playing again, you know what? I can kind of agree with you because that's
like
what you end up
I
doing
hated
anyway.
when they started adding like go downtown and go shopping and stuff. They just were always miserable. They were always miserable.
There's nothing you
And
can do.
then you had to get them home real quick so they go to the bathroom, take a shower,
Exactly.
and eat. And it was no fun.
So they'd stop whining so you could actually go out and complete your like out shopping objectives.
Yeah.
Which was just like, this isn't fun anymore. This is not The Sims.
Well, you know what The Sims 4 did right is that they made it feels like more time in one day, which we mentioned before. And what I also like is that your needs don't seem to be they're still troubling when you're out and about, but they're not as troubling. It's not as hard to keep your sim happy while you spend pretty much all day out at the park. And if you just took those things and then added the open world to it, it wouldn't have been as annoying as Sims 3, where by the time you get to the park, your guy is exhausted and he wants to go back to home and go to bed.
Yeah, that wasn't very well thought out.
No. But, yeah, as far as sandbox games go, I've spent a lot of time in The Sims, like, already, The Sims 4. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So... But then again, you get bored of The Sims. You end up in that lull where you just start doing, okay, go to the bathroom, go to work. Even though you have more hours in a day, you still end up in there. And that's another reason I go back to this list, and I want to see something else. And something that Dreadlow brought up before the show, a game I totally forgot about, was Starforge.
Oh, yeah.
It was terrible for a long time, and now they've really revamped it. It's really nice. So
Starforge looks amazing.
it's going to be awesome.
I had the FAQ
It's
pulled
out
up here.
though, isn't it? Like, it's
You
not.
can buy it now.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's still...
I've got it. I just installed it earlier before the show because I wanted to go in there and try all these new features that I didn't know about.
Procedural infinite voxel terrain, underground, surface, space gameplay. So, a lot of the same stuff we're seeing in a lot of these sandbox ones. You loot and survive, but there's also vehicle gameplay, which got me interested because that's another thing that we haven't, that a lot of these sandbox games are lacking. Like, I think in the Minecraft podcast we just did, or recently we talked about how it'd be really cool, maybe this was offline, we talked about how it'd be really cool to build a boat and actually sail the damn thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Talking about this, me and my friend were talking about rebooting our just like local friends Minecraft server, and we had been waiting on this mod to finish, and they are never going to finish now because of all the things that happened. But it was like a boat mod where it was more than just like that little boat. It was actually a full-on ship. Multiple people could get on it. There was storage, and it was meant for like large ocean biome maps.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Our last like iteration of the map, it was mostly ocean. So we were all like, "Oh, this will be amazing," and they never, caught up to our version, and we're just gonna have to let it go. And we were like, we would really love like functional boats in Minecraft,
especially with all that they added to 1.8 that has to do with underwater and the ocean biomes. They have new creatures. They have underwater fortresses, apparently.
Yeah, that'd be cool to have a vehicle.
Rather than just having a little rowboat to get to this stuff, like build a ship and go exploring like an explorer.
Even a one-manned submarine, because we have a minecart and we have a boat. But like, if you're going to add the ocean temple, why not like a one-man submarine that can go underwater? Because that's the only two vehicles in Minecraft are the boat and the minecart.
Well, in Planet Explorers, you can do this, and you can have multiple seats for all your people to sit in. So there you go.
Wait, do the donkeys and horses count as a vehicle?
I think those are mobs. They're mounts.
Okay.
But I mean, in World of Warcraft,
it's about mobility, though.
A motorcycle is a mount in World of Warcraft, so it's hard to, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on what mechanics it uses, because, I mean, a horse, it transports you over land, but it's naturally occurring, whereas, a minecart and a boat is something you have to build.
Now, a horse-drawn carriage would be, in my opinion, a vehicle.
Hey, that would be a vehicle, and that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, if it had just like a chest in the back, and you could just be a mobile explorer.
Have like a few people able to ride in the back with you. That would be awesome.
And it can be yours for only 1,000 Microsoft points.
God.
I'm sorry, I just brought that whole thing.
That's funny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think the biggest slap in the face, like with all of these games, you could argue that graphic-wise, they look 10 times better than Minecraft. There's obviously way more art design put into these games than there was with Minecraft. Anyone can make a Minecraft texture pack, for example. And the biggest slap in the face is that everyone still plays Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's just not about graphics.
We'll see what happens after a while.
Like, we're all complaining. We can all complain as much as we want, but I'm still probably going to stream some more Minecraft this weekend.
Because you're right, Jemmy. It's not about graphics. It's not. I just think that it's funny that all of these games try to do that. Like, hey, we have all the things you love about Minecraft plus awesome graphics and a few more features that they haven't done yet. And yet people are like, screw you, Starforge. I mean,
I know. Well, it's like, with the coming Microsoft takeover here and the fact that Bucket's not around, I don't know what's going to happen with modding and plugins and stuff. So that's going to make it kind of rough. So people are going to want to search for something new,
Well, one thing I did want to mention, just as a follow-up to last week's podcast, there was one big piece of news that fell into my Twitter feed, and that was Phil Spencer himself tweeted that they will not interfere with YouTubers the way they do their videos. They said, we understand what YouTubers have done for Minecraft, and we don't plan on interfering with that. Meaning, if you're employed because you make Minecraft videos, you should be A-okay to keep doing what you're doing.
Well,
no.
here's what I brought up to you before, Vortak, when you told me when we were streaming, is that may apply to existing YouTubers that do Minecraft, but what happens when new channels pop up that want to do the same thing?
What are they going to do? It's YouTube. There's a new channel, Minecraft channel, every 10 seconds probably. You're going to monitor that?
they're
Here's what I
Microsoft.
hear, knowing legal departments and stuff. They're not going to mess with people making videos. They're not going to like take them down or anything like that. But I really feel like they're going to be like, you can't make money off these anymore.
That's what their current stuff says that I've read. So I know it wasn't a tweet that was, it didn't explain enough for me to be confident that that's, you know, what they're insinuating is what they mean. But it seemed like a lot of big YouTubers were happy with that answer. So
Well,
I mean,
because they're hearing what they want to hear.
Yeah.
That they'll
Right.
be able to continue doing their business.
I think they've just got a PR department that's just really trying to smooth the transition at this point because there's obviously a lot of unrest over this news, and so they're trying to calm people down. But honestly, once the dust settles, yeah, they're going to say, no, this is our property, and you can't make money off of our property. So
Yeah, I feel that way too.
Once they come out with Minecraft 2,
yeah, Minecraft 2.0.
that'll be the one that, okay, you can't put that on YouTube.
Exactly.
They can get away with that.
Yep, they'll let you do whatever you want with everything up to 1.9.10 or whatever. But then, yeah, they'll be like, nope, Minecraft 2.0 is it's a different game. It's in a different ballpark, and you can't make money off of it.
but if they
And
do,
we'll no longer support the original Minecraft.
if they do that, but leave it even a little bit open like it is now with the source code and the the APIs people are able to create, no one will buy Minecraft 2 because they'll still be able to play modded Minecraft 1.9.
No,
whatever.
people will buy it.
People will buy it, yeah, because
They will
people,
throw in enough features to like tempt people to buy it.
and there are so many people that love shiny new things and love to be early adopters of
Shiny
things.
new things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're right. I still feel like there's going to be a big enough player base with the original Minecraft though at that point, where for me, I won't want Minecraft 2 because it'll probably require I get an Xbox One or something stupid. So I'll end up sticking
Xbox
to
Live account.
Yeah, I'll end up sticking to the original Minecraft, and I think a lot of people will.
Oh no, you just gave me the worst thought. They're gonna switch over the Minecraft account to an
that's
Xbox
right, huh?
Live account or
Oh no.
No.
Migrate your Minecraft account.
oh no, please no.
You can't use Twitch.
There goes
until
my
you
cape.
Migrate your Minecraft account.
There goes
Migrate
my
your
cape.
Mojang account. Yeah, there goes your cape. They'll give it back to you for 500 Microsoft points.
Oh, they'll have their own capes that they'll sell to you for 1,000.
Exactly.
They don't use Microsoft points anymore.
They'll change
Point that
Steve's
out.
into a little Microsoft
bringing it back.
avatar.
Paperclip.
Yeah.
No, our avatars in Minecraft will be changed into our Microsoft avatar.
That's
Ugh.
right. And you have to pay extra if you want, a Halo Master Chief skin. That'll cost you.
No, no.
Cortana, that costs you even more.
Oh my god, have you guys seen that stupid ad for the Cortana smartphone?
Yes.
Where my favorite part about this stupid ad is that the guy says, "Cortana, remind me next time my wife calls to wish her a happy anniversary." And she's like, "Okay." What? You need the phone to remind your wife it's, happy anniversary.
You're a
I
terrible
hate
human
that
being.
commercial, but I think I hate the new iPhone 6 commercial more.
I haven't even seen that one.
I
The
haven't
new
seen
it's cheesy. It's awful.
Is the one where Siri is like, let's listen to some music. The guy's going to the Verizon store and Siri's pestering him the whole way there.
I think. Is that for the newest phone?
It's for the newest phone, but it's specifically like a Verizon commercial too.
For Verizon.
No, it's not a Verizon one then. The one I remember watching was just for the phone.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, oh, really? That's a terrible commercial.
The thing that bugs me about the latest Cortana commercial I've seen is that it has Siri talking in her broken robotic Siri voice, and then it's like, "Hi Siri, I'm a completely studio recorded actress pretending to be Cortana, and people are gonna think that this is me when they buy the phone." And it's
Well, you see,
no.
See this right here? Watch this. Watch. Hey Siri, what time is it?
It's 7:59 p.m. Good evening, Michael.
If you guys didn't hear that, the phone answered. It's 7:59 p.m. Good evening, Michael.
I didn't even touch it.
That's
So it's
So that's one good
always
thing about
listening.
iOS 8.
Oh man,
That's kind of
always
cool,
listening.
but I mean, I don't know. We're doing a cell phone podcast now. I just thought it was funny. The Cortana commercial just made me laugh.
Anyway.
And Microsoft is trying to get Minecraft on the Windows Phone, and that's kind of. It seems like a lot of their hope is that Minecraft is going to sell Windows phones.
No.
Something like that, but Minecraft's already on all the other devices, so I'm still trying to figure out their angle, which is why I'm not too confident about their YouTube tweets.
I did see a headline that was like Microsoft confirms Minecraft will be available for Windows Phone. So how long is it until they make the leap to exclusive for Windows Phone?
Who is that for, though? Like, I do not want to play Minecraft on my phone. Tablet, yes. Phone, no.
Well, like
Nobody
I
has
said,
a
you've got
Windows Phone.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but but it's a phone though. Even if I don't want to play it on my Android phone, even like I don't want to play it on the phone. The tablet, yes, because usually if I have the tablet out, it's a more relaxed setting. It's a bigger screen. I can think about it more.
They tried to do a Windows Phone exclusive with one of the Halo spin-off games like several months ago.
It's on Steam now. That game.
Oh, it's on
Yeah.
Steam now. That's good. Because Dan,
Yeah.
you and I, or Vortak, you and I did a podcast on Drew and Dan Digress about that. Because it was like, oh, they're leveraging Halo to get people to buy Windows phones. Problem with that is, they've done a lot of Halo games, and this one happened to be terrible. And
Spartan Assault. That was it.
yeah, Spartan Assault. But now they have Minecraft, so of course they're going to do that again. There's no way they
But
wouldn't
it's
at least
already
try that.
out. Like it's already on an iPhone. It's already on an Android.
I know, but here's the thing.
I know,
if they
but-
come out with Minecraft 2, they can
2.0.
eliminate.
No, here's
Yeah.
another thing they can do. First update's always on Windows Phone. Then you have to wait like for everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Make it linger.
There's also the fact that just everybody I know who has a Windows Phone wants a Windows Phone, not interested in gaming on their phone, not interested in gaming in general.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point.
So, like, they're tapping in the wrong market.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think that their $2.5 billion they're going to make back by next year
There's
is
no
going
way.
to be just Microsoft Windows Phone. I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be, with their Minecraft being a part of that. I think it's going to be the Minecraft 2. Although that's only a year coding time, but still, they can still do it.
I'm
I
feeling
think.
the same way. My other thought is that they will go ahead and nix something in the realm of either texture packs / resource packs, skins, or probably more likely mods. I think that's what's going to end up costing money if they plan on really bleeding us dry. It's going to be one of those things if they want to do it quickly. But who knows? They could have a whole other plan, and my feeble imagination can't even conjure. It's possible.
I'm going for
Can't even
merchandise.
concept.
That's where they're going to make their money.
Merchandise
With
is
this.
a good point.
Yeah.
But
true.
There's already a lot of that too. So I mean, unless they're going to sue all the people doing it already and then start over.
No, but they have to pay them for the rights to make that merchandise, and they could also push newer things that aren't out already.
Yeah,
that maybe
true.
true.
thought would be cool merchandise.
Like-
Get this Enderman hoodie at Hot Topic today.
I kind of would like that, but not from Hot Topic because their clothes just fall apart.
I hate Hot Topic.
That's true.
Anyway,
Very true.
Minecraft amusement park.
I'm all over the
You know,
place.
I mean,
Minecraft World.
cartoon, maybe a movie.
They're making a movie already.
They are doing a movie.
Warner Brothers has a hold on that, and I guess that's still in production. A lot of stuff is still going, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I just want to. I think from time to time, coming podcasts, we'll touch on it again once more news drops, because it's a big story and it affects all of us. So because we're all Minecraft fans, so we'll see. But for now, maybe one of these other sandbox games we mentioned on the show today will,
Suffice.
yeah. Feed your
Suffice.
craving for sandbox game that isn't owned by Microsoft yet.
Yeah, I mean, having never heard of a lot of these and just looking them up as we've been talking about them, I'm intrigued by all of them. Even Starforge, like that
I
actually
really
looks really
want
cool.
Life is Feudal, but $40
Life-
for
Yeah,
Life
early
is
access,
Feudal.
I don't know.
Yeah, like Life is Feudal looks like it looks like Skyrim and Minecraft had a love child, and it's
I know.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, well, I need that, and I need my friends to play that, so we can all
Right.
like pick different skills and then
Yeah.
make a village.
If you ever walked through a Skyrim village, we're like, man, I wish I could just build something like this. Life is Feudal is definitely
It
the
is.
game where you can do that.
Yeah.
Feudal,
kind of
not
graphics.
futile. That's an important distinction. Feudal,
I thought it was
F-U-D-A-L.
futile
Yeah,
at
true.
first.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
depressing.
Feudal.
All right, well, we got to wrap up, but thank you guys so much for listening on twitch.tv/enoobs. Be sure to catch us on Stitcher, on iTunes, on YouTube. All the links on everythingnoob.com. Episode 99 is next week, and it's sure to be a doozy. No idea yet what we're doing for episode 100, but we got 2 weeks to figure it out, so don't you worry. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a big one, and can't wait. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week on the Everything Noob podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Everything Noob podcast. Be sure to visit everythingnoob.com for previous episodes, show notes, host bios, and blogs. And while you're there, feel free to write us with any questions, comments, or suggestions you may have. Don't forget to check out the links to our Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch TV channel as well. On behalf of the noobs, see you next week, and happy gaming.